Hi there, welcome to Mini Math Lessons with Karen, and today I am working with kind of a culminating set of activities, two activities that help students apply and review the properties that they've hopefully learned on transformations. So there's a group of about 8 activities that were already done before this where students are learning about what are the different types of transformations both in and out of a coordinate plane and lots of exploration. So hopefully those have been done before, and now we're here going to just kind of test what they know. How can they apply those properties? So the two activities are transformations, where am I now, and transformations, how did I get here? So kind of a two different approach. So the first one, when we click on it, it's assumed students have an understanding of the properties, right? So now it's just more about applying the properties in a coordinate. So can you use those properties to help you figure out things? So as you scroll down, there's basically one little activity on each type of transformation. So this is translations by rules, and they have a pre-image and a image, and they're told that this has been translated, and they have to figure out the rules. So they've got some rules, and they've got to figure out the coordinates, move this shape to those coordinates based on the rule, and then they can click on the hide show buttons to check their answers. So different things like that. The next one is reflection with coordinates, and again, here's your original pre-image with the coordinates, and they are to determine what would the new coordinates be if we reflected over these 4 different types of lines: the x-axis, the y-axis, the y equals x, and y equals negative x. And so they're to come up with the coordinates, and then they click here to check their answers. Then we scroll down, there's angle of rotation, same thing. So if we rotate, they're going to click and look at the rotation and then determine what was the angle and check their answer. So kind of applying properties once they've seen a rotation. And then dilations around an origin. So what happens if we have a scale factor of 2? What are the coordinates if we're dilating with the origin? And so again, they're testing their understanding of dilations, and they can use this calculator here to figure out the coordinates and then use the hide show buttons to check their solutions. So that's one activity. The second activity is how did I get here? So they got to figure out what transformations happened. So here's the original pre-image and its transformed image. What kind of transformations happened to get it to this position? Well, if we look at it, it looks like there might have been some type of rotation involved, because we've kind of not just slid, and so then then it looks like it was also reflected because the rotation has turned. So things like that, can you figure it out? And then the answer is shown to them. And same thing here, what happened? How did this shape, the blue, the original pre-image, become this? Well, obviously it's been dilated because it's smaller, but it's also been moved from position, so maybe a translation. So they are supposed to try to figure out what those things are. And over here, now we're going to go, can you actually find what the vector is, or what the point of rotation is, or what the point of dilation is? So they have the original pre-image and then the image, and they have to try to find what was that vector in this position that helped us move from the pre-image to the image. They can draw it on the image, and then they can check to see how they did. Same thing here, translation by a rule. What rule moved the pre-image to the image? Can you figure it out and then check your answer? And same thing down here. Where is the line of reflection? And how are you going to figure out where it is? Draw your line of reflection and then check to see how well you did. And same thing here. Where's the point of rotation? And where's the point of dilation? So all of these are just applying their different properties. They can draw right on these images. They can try to use the understanding of, for example, dilations. I know I have a point, and I know if I connect corresponding points here, that they intersect at the point of intersection. That's sort of where we're going. So lots of ways to use the properties to find solutions to these activities. So have fun. It's not a graded thing. This is more, what do you know? How'd you do? Check it out. That type of activity.